Hi, Gemini. How are you? My name is Audrey Alison, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. This is your October 2016 forecast for the month. I am very happy to be here. Thank you for your support on my Facebook page as well, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Thank you for joining me no matter where I am. I'm using the Alchemical deck by Robert M. Place, my steadfast deck. This is what I'll read with if you call me to book for a reading. And what else? Oh, thank you for following me on IG. I know that's relatively new, but if you're into Instagram, I'm at Summer Gemmy. There's only one day out of the whole year that you can be born in the summer and still be a Gemini, and that is on June 21. So that is me, Summer Gemmy. And it's a personal IG account, but I'll throw out some astrology here and there. If you're into it, sweet. If not, sweet. Let's get to the transits. On the 7th of October, we have Mercury, your ruling planet, direct, entering Libra. And I have to say, Gemini, I can be real with you. I can be real with all my signs, but since I am Gemmy, what about this retrograde? I mean, for me even, it was hellish. It was a hellish retrograde. Just physical manifestation after physical manifestation. And a lot of that's due to energy that I absorb in a lot of what I do. So I have to amp up my protection 110%. But just throwing it out there, I mean, I feel for any Geminis that had a difficult retrograde, because this one was a doozy, and I feel you. So now that he's direct and in the 5th house of fun, of true love and romance, yes, let's bring this on. When he moves in there, he's conjunct the Sun and Jupiter. Talk about expansion. And now Jupiter will be in this sector through October 1st of 2017. This is very exciting for Gemini and Gemini rising. Please watch your ascendant forecasts and your moon sign, because I've been receiving emails, and although I can't read all of my emails when they're not regarding orders, I did get a few about moon signs and how people are resonating with them. So great, go for it. Watch your moon sign, watch your Venus sign, and then draw pieces of the forecast and see how they are incorporated into your world. That could, help anybody out. Why not? If you have the time to do it, do it. It'd be, you might learn something in each forecast. So with Mercury, the planet of communications, in this 5th house of children, creative endeavors, entrepreneurial pursuits, fun, leisure. This is so expansive, and you're going to be, Mercury's analyzation and details. So you're going to want to review everything that's in the 5th house. Maybe it's your romantic partner. You could be analyzing them and seeing what works for you, what doesn't. With Jupiter and the Sun there, you'll have no problem having optimism in the 5th house regarding your relationships or your romantic interests. On the 16th, we have our full moon at 23 degrees of Aries in the 11th house. Now, this is an ending to some friendships or closure in a club, group, or organization that you're affiliated with. The full moon bringing the culmination, the ending, awareness, illumination of what needs to be seen in a sector of groups, of goals, and wishes. Some of you Gemmies have bucket lists to check off, and you've accomplished some goals around mid-month that you can squash. You can squash that goal, because the full moon will see an ending in this sector. It could apply very differently to every Gemmy, very differently. On the 18th, Venus, planet of love, harmony, balance, and money, enters Sagittarius, and you like this. This is your 7th house. Although it will be squaring any placements you have in Gemini, Venus in the 7th house, attraction, attracting the soulmate, attraction in the marriage. For those looking for relationships, super energy between the 5th house and the 7th house. Gem, you've got Saturn, okay, in your 7th. When Venus enters the 7th house, she'll be conjunct Saturn, who's there discerning the hell out of your partnerships. Who's working for you in business? Who works for you in the house, in the relationship? With There's lessons here with Saturn, and you've stubbed your toe a few times, is what I'm getting. It's funny, so true. Yeah, we have stubbed our toes a few times, but there's a restructuring because Saturn will be in the 7th house through December 21st of 2017. It's a minute. It's a year and 2 months more, but Saturn's in a sector for 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years at a time. So as he's reworking what he needs to in the 7th, Venus comes in. This is why transits work. They can lessen the blow, and this aspect is then more harmonious in the 7th house and bringing the attraction you need to see. This is what happens. Okay. Oh God, I'm getting so much. Saturn wants to see if you're learning your lessons. So when Venus is coming in, it's going to give you a shot at this. And I feel like Geminis are going to meet someone. If you haven't already, this could apply to the person you're already with. There's going to be a little lesson here mid-month, and Venus is going to bring in the attraction, and Saturn's going to say, okay, did you get it? Did you know what you're not supposed to do now? Did you draw in what doesn't work for you as opposed to what does? What are you attracting, Gemini? And then wants you to retweak it again. So that's interesting. I'll get my helmet on. I'll wrap my toes up so I don't have to stub them anymore. My dating life usually ends as soon as they ask what I do for a living. It's like, womp womp. I should just tell them I'm still an accountant at ABC Studios. They loved hearing that because it was non-threatening and I didn't sound crazy as hell. So anyway, I feel you, Jemmy. There's always something. There's always going to be something that, someone's not happy with. But you have to be true to who you are, because that way you'll attract the right fit for you. And they'll love you for who you are, regardless, right? Okay, so on the 22nd of October, this is where it gets all Scorpio, all witchy. The sun enters Scorpio in your 6th house, and your health is activated. Yes, Jemmy, let's get this sun in the 6th house. 2 days later, on the 24th, Mercury, your ruling planet, quickly making up for retrograded time in September, will enter Scorpio as well in the 6th house. And then 6 days after that, on the 30th, we have our new moon at 7 degrees of Scorpio in your 6th house. Yes. New work, new health, healing, interviewing with Mercury direct in the 6th, interviews, working behind the scenes for job searches. Excellent energy. The sun conjunct Mercury, conjunct the moon in the 6th house. Let's get it. And you know what? It's time for some healing for Gemini. This has a lot to do with the squares that we're experiencing. And there is discord underlying in October. It's just one of the conjunctions and an aspect. There's several squares, but the ones that I want to address is the Pluto-Uranus square. But what's different about it this time is that Mars is in Capricorn, sitting on top of Pluto from the 12th of October through the 4th of November. So Mars, definitively anger, aggression, rushing, haste, and fire. Pluto, death, destruction, loss, ash. Squaring Uranus in Aries. Uranus is upheaval, abrupt, electricity. And I'm including the alchemical and the elements that they kind of govern as well, just because I'm using the alchemical deck, but I'm actually really into that whole thing. Deducing, what the Emperor means Aries, which is governed by Mars, which is fire, deducing it to the element or the rawest version of it. All of this combustible energy together, squaring, which is not harmonious, discord, it provides some upheaval in globally on a natural disaster kind of level and political level. For you, Gem, this is all about your 8th house of intimacy and loss, and the 11th house of friendships. So for years now, Gemini has been either letting go of relationships or finding that they have died on them, or relationships have let go of them. And I understand that too. It's okay though, because if they're going to fall off, you have to allow it. You can't put a square into a circle here. Literally, a square. You can't put the Uranus-Pluto square into a circle. Oh my gosh. Well, just know that through this square, it really is just a catalyst for change. Everyone is trying to ascend to their highest level of potential, and squares do that. They get us so uncomfortable that we raise ourselves up to another level or platform. And it's only to serve the greater good of what your divine life path should be. So it's going to apply differently for everyone, but it's going to apply. I don't think anyone's going to get out of this unscathed in some form of, just needing to restructure the path and what's important to you. All right, Gemini, and this will apply in your 8th house of shared resources. Friendships, no friends borrowing money, Gemini. It's not going to bode well for your relationships, I'll tell you that much. The 8th house of intimacy and friendships. I wouldn't mix friends in the bedroom either with this square. The 8th house of death and friendships, losing friends. So, it'll work for you. Don't fight it. Allow the process. Let's get to the cards. And if Gemini, you'd like a reading with me, this is my sole profession. I read all through the week. You would select your desired reading length at the PayPal button, the bottom of my website, audreyalison.com, and I will get back to you in an email in a day or two. I do receive every order. You don't need to email me again. I'll get back to you. I just have a schedule and a commitment that I stick to, and I will provide you with times at my earliest convenience, I assure you, and we'll get down to it. All right, Gemmy, here are your cards. 8 of Cups. The Potter is called this card in this deck, and he is doing creative work, obviously, emotional work that he's attached to, and it is about variation and being in the present too. But do you see how he's making all different shapes of these vases or vases, whatever you prefer? I just got a feeling that, and a little bit of a message about everything coming in all shapes and sizes. Oh, I see. The 6th house of diet, exercise. Let me get some more cards out here. 2 of Coins, weighing the pros and cons, struggling back and forth with financial agreements, or what's the word I'm looking for? I can never remember this word when I'm in readings. It's crazy. It's like my mind gets blocked at this one word. I'm going to think of it right now. It's not struggling with money. It's like weighing back and forth, negotiating. When you go back and forth with deals, negotiating, bartering, that whole thing. So you're going back and forth with someone or something regarding shared resources, where Capricorn, where Mars and Pluto are, and this lion is eating this bird's head. And what's interesting is that bird is an eagle, and that is one of Scorpio's animals, governed by Mars and Pluto. Scorpio's the scorpion, but also the eagle. And Mars and Pluto are represented in this card. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Gemini also is what I'm getting. But let's see what else comes up. 9 of Cups, self-confidence, baby. And a new perspective, the Wish card. There's 2 cards out of 78 that denote the Wish card. It's the 9 of Cups and the Star. But do you see how that mountain goat has climbed all the way to the top of that hill to look down and get a fresh perspective on the land below him? It's kind of what Gemmy's doing right now. Let's see what else. Yes! Ace of Swords. I got this in 2 other readings and I was just as happy, but I just really love this card. It's victory, success. It's the card of yes. If you had a question when I was turning these cards over, here's your answer. There's another bird on this card too. But what I'm actually getting in a few things, there's a couple of messages here. When your sixth house is activated from the sun, Mercury, the new moon, from the 22nd on, new routines in diet, exercise, and health plans are successful for you. And we all come in all different shapes and sizes, Jemmy. Okay? Don't break your back trying to be something you're not. All you have to be is honest with yourself and others. Now, that's not my opinion. That's literally coming out of me because I'm even impressed with that. But you're trying to get things done in the sixth house, and you will succeed. And when you do so, you boost your confidence. The self-esteem and the ego is raised tremendously with this card. Is one of your wishes to get in shape? Is one of your wishes to take better care of your health? Taking the body out of it, look at the inside of your body. Do you need to work from the inside out and detox or go through some kind of cleansing? Don't compare yourself to others. You could be negotiating something financially with someone, but this card is the only coin card here, and I feel like this is more about you weighing what other people could be doing against what you're doing, and maybe a little bit of comparison to, instead of staying in the present, you're going back to what you want to go back to what you used to look like, instead of staying very present. Now, for those of you who are creative and artistic, please keep your path, please keep up what you're doing, because you have some negotiation or maybe even something to call your own creatively, and this is successful. You could receive money for this. Someone could be offering you something and you come back with a higher offer and then it's accepted. Bidding. Damn it, bidding is the damn word that I can never remember. Negotiation sounded right, but it's bidding. And I don't know why I can't ever remember that, but someone could be bidding for your creative success. Oh my gosh, there's a dance party right now. Perfect. I'm going to go dance, and I hope that everybody enjoyed the reading. I'm wishing you a sweet October, Gemini, and remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.